Hi, I'm Cory with Avenge-X. Today we're going to be going over the bolt swap on the Avenge-X line of air guns. The bolt swap process is the exact same for the entire Avenge-X line. Today we're going to be using the bullpup bottle version, moving the bolt from the right to the left. So you'll start the process by taking the stock off. Obviously on this one we've already taken it off. The gun doesn't necessarily have to be degassed, but it does need to be safe. You do need to check it and clear it as always. So safety, #1 priority. First thing we're going to do, we're going to remove the cover plate on the left-hand side. To do this, we'll be using a 2mm Allen key. All the Allen wrenches are supplied with the Avenge-X, so you'll have those ready to go. We'll just slide that off, set it off to the side. Next, we're going to disconnect the side lever from the cocking linkage. To do this, we're just going to open it up a little bit. This is going to give us access to 2 screws. Both of them are going to be a flat blade screw. And you'll need 2 flat screwdrivers. These won't be included with the Avenge-X, but you should probably already have them in your toolkit. This is probably the most cumbersome part of any swap on the Avenge-X, but it's still quite easy to do. Get these screws out of the way. Now that we've disconnected the linkage, we can remove the 2 screws with a 2mm Allen key that holds the block in place. And once both these screws come out, you'll just pull the entire block off. For this next step, I went ahead and set the action aside. All we need is the block and the lever for this part. There's a screw that runs all the way through it, 2mm again. We're going to remove that so we can flip the lever around to the other side. Once the threads are out on the screw, we're going to slide it out and then flip the lever over to the other side. Get it lined back up. We'll put that screw right back in the other way. Once you get it lined up, just press it on in so that the threads touch, and then you can screw it back in. Now that we've flipped the lever in the block, you'll notice that if we were to put it back in, it's going to be pointing up. You could leave it that way if you wanted to for some reason, but we're going to move it back down. So to flip the handle over to the other side on this, we're going to get the 3mm Allen key. Remove this bolt out of the lever. Take it off. You'll see a little flange there and this little piece with the threads. We'll flip this piece around, slide it back in with that flange first, and then reinsert the screw, tightening it back down. Now to reassemble, I've grabbed the action again. First thing we need to do is get the probe linkage to the other side. So you need to push it through. Sometimes you got to move the probe a little bit forward or back to do this. The idea is just to get the linkage out to the side. Next, we're going to reinsert the rear block with the side lever on it and place the 2 screws back in the back. We're going to tighten down these 2 Allen keys at the back with a 2mm wrench. And once this is tightened, we'll attach the linkage back to the lever. One thing to note as you put this back together, there's female threads and male threads on this bolt. Just make sure the female threads go to the bottom. So we're going to put this one on first. Then you just need to get everything lined up. Now we just need to reinsert the top part of the bolt. I like to get it started with my fingers, then we can finish snugging it down with the screwdrivers. And now that the screws are snugged down, we're just going to test the action, make sure that it's working properly. Good and smooth action. Now we've confirmed that the action is working properly, we're going to put the cover back on the right-hand side. Just lay it in there, put the screw in place. This plate that keeps the dust and debris out, we're going to snug it down with a 2mm Allen key. And you can also notice that the AV logo, it's going to read the same on the right or the left on this. All right, and that's it. We swapped the bolt from the right to the left-hand side. It's ready to put back in the stock. Then we can go back out in the field and start shooting again.